This video is to show how to produce drawings of lateral fiber lines for bonfire engineering. So first of all, what you receive are two things or one thing. For every site, you will receive a survey report or field notes, how they call them. What you find here is just a simple sketch of the roads and features which are around the proposed fiber line. You find here job number, you find here sheet number. You also can find some notes regarding the permits required, regarding whatever needs to be done, and this all you need to show in the drawings. So for example, this job we use as a template is N.237134. So there's 3 pages of survey. The proposed features are shown in the ticker line. So that means that this job we start from some existing handhole number 310080, and we will continue to bore across the road, and then along the road 8 feet from the road edge all the way towards proposed handhole, which is marked up with PL as place 3048 handhole near this RT station. You can see its ticker, that means it's gonna be proposed. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but with the experience you will see if it's proposed or not. The second file you might or might not receive is a CAD file which was produced by the client's company. We can't use this CAD file for our works as it's not to scale. Sometimes it's wrongly rotated and has wrong layers, so it would take a long time to amend it to suit our needs. So we prefer to start from the zero. So if you look at this CAD file, you have few pages here. For example, if you don't have the coordinates in your sketch, for sure you can find them here, the start and end coordinates. You can find here site IDs, job numbers, some other information, but you won't need it mostly. Then there's loads of pages with some details of handholds. It's not important for our work. So usually if I need something, I work with a model. As in our drawing, red line represents the proposed fiber line. So you can see your handhole. If there is no handhole ID in the survey, you probably would be able to find it in the CAD file if you have it. And then if you're not sure with your drawing, you can't read something, or you have some issues with IDs, handhole IDs, and so on, you always can go to this CAD file and have a look. And again, if you're not sure about proposed and existing handholds, if you look in this CAD file, here the handhole, this handhole is in red. That means that this one is proposed. Yeah, if you look at the first one, it's in black. That means that it's existing. So this line goes from existing handhole to proposed handhole. Now, what we do first? First, what I do, I go to my template folder and I copy these 3 files, which are 2 logos and the plow detail you will see later. I just copy it to my folder because it's referenced in the drawing. So if you have it in the same folder as your CAD file, you don't need to care about uploading it again and so on. CAD file, I usually save this template as a new site, and then while I'm continuing the drawing, I just delete what I don't know. So If I open the CAD file, I just go to the model space, save the CAD file as my new one. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna save it as a template for now. Yeah, save. Yeah. So as you can see, we have three parts of the file. When I zoom extend, three parts of the file. First part are some general details, which I keep. It's not many of them, so I keep all of them there. So when I need to create a general pages, uh, I just can copy the viewport from template file, and all the information will be there. I just amend whatever is specific for the particular project. The second part is the overall view. So I have there like a Google Earth uh, picture, which represent the whole length of the project, and the red boxes represents each pages of this drawing. So we need to create for this drawing. It came out to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of drawing. So how do I get this image and other images as well? So I need this image as a general view, would be one image. Then I need few more images with a smaller scale. If you look at this one I just downloaded scale 1 to 1000 feet. The other ones I have 1 to 500 feet, because when I draw the lines along the map, I just want to make sure that I see some details which might be important for the drawing, like a road edge. In the case we need to show the electricity poles, this seems to be like an electricity pole. All the driveways, sometimes not all driveways are in your sketch, so you just need to double check everything. There is no particular need of drawing the houses if they are like quite far from the road edge. If it's some high density occupied area with the houses right at the edge of the road, we are showing it. So how we get the maps? The best option is Google Earth Pro. So I just open Google Earth Pro, I go to my survey, I I see my starting coordinates here. So I just type the coordinate, which would be 37.44205 north, and the minus in front of 108 means it's gonna be west, 108.68297 west. So Google Earth will go to my location. Yeah, so it looks like it's not correct. Oh, that sometimes that happens. It's actually a good example that I got it, because this coordinate seems not to be correct. So what I do, I just search for the endpoint coordinate, which is 44193 and 10871931. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so now we're moving right. So okay, looks like these are not the right coordinates at all. 44193 108 71931. The start is okay. Let me just go Let me just skip this step and go to my complete drawing where I have the correct coordinates. 37413. Oh, sorry, I'm using different coordinates here. Let me just open the get file. Yeah, so the coordinates are 3741357. Yeah, sorry, I was just typing wrong coordinates in the Google Earth of different job. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the starting coordinates are 37.41357, and end coordinates are, and the longitude is 1085541. Okay, so sorry about this, but that's what can happen. You can have wrong coordinates in the survey as well. So it's important that you use Google Earth. Even if you would have really wrong coordinates, you can still search for County Road P, Highway 145, and probably find the junction. So now we are at the right location. Are we? Yes, we are. So our starting point is here. Our end point, we can put the coordinates as well, but if we continue through the survey and just check the line, we find out that our proposed handhole is somewhere here. So what I do first is I take the general image. So two things what you need to make sure. Make sure that you're facing north, because sometimes when you move the drawing, you can rotate it, right? So make sure that you're facing north, and also make sure that you're not in the 3D view, but that you're really having a top view of the map. Yeah, because if you are a little bit rotated, or if you don't have entirely top view, then it will damage your scaling. Yeah, so once we have, I just try to get all the locations. So my 8 point is here, my start point is here. So I will just get save image. So for save image, just to have a nice image, I don't need a title and description. I don't need a legend, and I don't need a compass or scale. I need a scale, and I'll keep compass there as well. So now I scale to, yeah, my scale now is 900. So I save the image. I save it to my drawing as usually I use site ID general JPEG. That's for the general map. So I just save it as template1, save. Then I do the same thing, but I will zoom in to scale. Usually I have good experience with 1 to 500 scale. That 1 to 500, you can see most of the important stuff. So, but of course you can use whatever suits you best, but I would say that 1 to 500 is the maximum scale when you can see the resolution. So what I'm gonna do now, I just save this image 1 to 500. I save it as a map 1. Then I need to remember, like for example this part, because I need a bit of overlap when I will be adding the pictures together. So I use, yeah, I go like this. and I save this image as well as a map 2, and that's basically it for what I need, because our location is here. So I just have two images for this job. So this is very quick job. Sometimes you will end up with 10 or 15 images, so it's very critical to have a good scale, good north sign, top view, because with every other scale, every other image formatting to and inserting to the drawing, it could damage and rescale your drawing. Two more things what I will need from Google Earth is we are showing the site photo. So if we have a Google Earth, we can go to Street View, right? So I just do this. I just save this image as template start as a, oh, sorry, this is like end template endpoint. Yeah. Exit the Street View, and I go to my starting point, which is here. Yeah, I've done this job, so I remember the locations. Again, I go to Street View. If I see it, yeah, I have a Street View, and I just save this photo as template start. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes we don't have Street View, which is very common, especially at the country roads. So what I do, I just go, let's say like this, and zoom as much as possible to the road, which kind of shows the location of the proposed start. Yes, we're trying. Maybe at some later stage we will get the photos directly from the guys who are doing the project. So we might just insert the photos what we get. Anyway, that's it from what I need from the Google Earth. I usually keep it open in the case when I'm doing the drawing and I have some issues. I just go to Google Earth, zoom in, go to Street View, and so on to get the details shown. Now we have all the photos saved. So what we do now is we insert the photos to our CAD file. As you can see here, we have really limited number of layers because we don't need more layers. So therefore, I think it's very easy to keep the layering correct, right? So always try to get the right layer. So I select the layer image, and I will show you just on the first few maps. And I go to our sites. So my drawing is template 1. That's the general view. So I just insert it as I want, just smaller. And now I see that this line is 900 feet. So what I create is a line, polyline. I usually select as a start point the center of the white line. It's hard to tell. Go ortho, and I just do it 900 feet. So you need to type 900 and the symbol for feet. Enter. If you don't write the symbol, the line would be in inches. Simple as that. As I have the line, I just scale SC start point reference start point. So this center of this line should be now at this line. So now you can see that we have 900 feet, 900 feet. It's not accurate, but it's considered to be good enough for the work we are doing. I can delete this line. So now I have it to scale. I'll just place it somewhere else. Next step I'll do is I do the same thing with the other images. Yeah, so I insert image called map1, no path selected, as you are used to from any other projects from me. The polyline this time would be 500 feet. Again, don't forget to turn on auto. Yep, 500 feet. I will scale reference the photo to have it 900 feet. Maybe you've done this work before and you have some different way how to scale photos, how to arrange them, the maps and stuff like that. Do it the way you are used to, as long as it's correct. So I have first one, just move it somewhere. Then we only have two in our case, so it's gonna be super quick. Template map 2. Again, I just mark it like this, insert, move it towards, again, like center line somehow, and scale. So once I scale it, SC reference, so this point to scale to this point, can delete this line. And now I have the second map. So as you can remember, we kept some part of the photo same, right? So we have this overlapping area, which is basically the area here, the area here. So I just select one point which is good to find on both images. So let's say I go with this. Let's say I go with the corner of the building, which is usually when it's a good contrast, white, black, or something like that, you can easily find it everywhere. So I just insert it like this. Again, it's gonna be not super accurate. You know, with the scale, of course, that there is some error. So to use draw order, send to back, and at the white line, at the center line of the road, I can see that I'm fairly correct, which is good enough for our drawing. And also, like, if you look at here, it looks quite all right. Yeah. So let's say from our survey, we know that the general length from the fiber should be 170 feet to 3725, which is here. So 3725 minus 170 feet would be 3555 feet. So if I just go here, roughly draw a circle, 3550 feet, 555 feet, I'm fairly at the end, just would be like 30 feet in here. And also I'm not sure if I have the correct center line, so that's quite good enough. So what I do next, so now I have the formatted maps, right? So now I go and switch to road existing and draw all the road, all the features. So I just go to do the first part. I do the polyline, so looks like the road edge goes here. Yeah, 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 Yeah. So if the road is straight, it's quite quick to draw it. Done. And I'll do the other side of the road. If you're not sure where the road edge exactly is, I suggest if you look at the Street View, Google Street View, you can see if there is a road edge, because in this case it looks like road edge is here. Then we have some gravel area or just soil or stuff like that, which is already the place where we will install our fiber. We just won't install it in the asphalt road, right? So yeah, I'll just do this part. Okay, so what I do next is I need to draw a center line. So how I do it is I create another P line which connects both road edges as like a snake line. If it's straight line, I can use like a longer distances. If it's bended, I need to do the triangles smaller so I can copy the direction of the road, right? So this is the easiest, quickest, and probably most accurate way how I create the center line. So I create another P line and go through the centers of these small lines, right? So just a center point, I connect this line at the center points. It's a very basic AutoCAD skills needed for this. Okay, so and when I finish, oh, doesn't matter. So when I finish, I just delete the snake line. Yeah, save the drawing. Next, what I have is I have my some template file here. So I have a road edge done. I can just match the properties of the center line because in the end in the drawings it's dashed. So I just match the properties. Now for the country roads, every road, doesn't matter which one is it, has a right of way. Country roads in general have a right of way 30 feet from the center line. Highways might be different. That's why for highways, which is this for example, we don't show the right of way. For any other small roads, we show the right of way. Usually, unless otherwise specified in the survey, we show 30 feet on each side from the center of the line. This is not in the survey notes. Usually, sometimes it's there, but usually in general, right of way is not shown in the survey notes, but you need to show it in the drawings. So once I have the center line, I just simply offset 30 feet to each side. Yeah, done. Next step would be what I'm doing is you can see the road is bended here, and it's not a an arc, it's just like a polyline. So I just create a spline, SP line, which makes it like rounded. So just double click, and you type S, and you have nice bend of the road, right? So I do it with all the lines, with the center lines, with the right of way lines, with the with everything. Sometimes when you go to the model space in your paper mode, you won't see the dash line. The problem could be you need to have ticked this. If you have it ticked, it will show, it will scale based, the dash will scale based on your drawing scale in the paper space. So now I have all features drawn. Yeah. So what I do now, I just will follow the survey and draw all what I have in the survey. So here at the beginning of this, I have some existing handhole, I have fiber will cross the line at this distance and then continue, then we have some existing PED. So how do we do that? I have the starting coordinates, which as I can remember were here. So what I do, I just copy some existing handhole from my template. Basically everything you can find in the template, and if not, everything is very simply to be drawn, right? Now my survey says that the bore, the buried fiber, should be 8 feet from the edge of the road, edge of the pavement, right? You can see it here and here. So again, I just create the polyline, offset 8 feet from the road edge, offset 8 feet from the road edge, and again, no thinking, just go to a template, what you have in the file, and match properties. And this is the proposed fiber line. Yeah. Just double check, global width of the proposed fiber should be 3 inches as is in the template. Yeah, sometimes you will see that it's not thick, that it's the same thickness at the road, so at the road I just make it thicker. Now, looking at the survey report again, we see that our bore starts 1 plus 25, which means 125 feet from existing handhole. So what I do, just go to the handhole. Handhole is 0. We just connect here, match the properties, and I just trim the overlength line. So I create the fiber line here. And then we said it's 175 feet. 125 feet. As we can see, this line, the handhole is 0, 0. This line is, the length of this line would be some 8 feet or 7 feet, which is similar. So let's say it's 5. So the distance from here to the start of the bore will be 120, yeah, 5 feet less. So how do I do that? I just do the circle with the center of my starting point, and the distance, as we said, is 120 feet. So the diameter, if I set the radius as 120 feet, it will show me where is my start of the bore. So I draw a P line there to the other side of the road, and I can trim to this here and here. I delete the circle and match the properties. To specify the bore, we use a dash line on the edge. Again, simple as that. I just do offset 1 feet. Just keep it standard. Everybody's who is doing these drawings keeps the same standard, and it's dashed. So again, no need to think about it. Just match the properties of any bore which you have in the drawing. Yep. And that's it. The next feature, so I have drawn this one now, right? So next feature, I have existing PED, which is on 789. So 789 feet minus my starting point now will be 17. So minus 170. So that means that of this start of this end of the bore to the existing PED, we have 619 feet. 789 minus 170. So 690 feet. So I just create a circle, 690 feet. And if I look at here, it's right in front of these two driveways. If I look at my survey report, again, it's like a right in front of the driveway. So we are fairly correct. And the PED is outside the proposed fiber, but inside the fence line. The fence line, I thought, as there is no dimension in the survey, what's the fence line distance from the road edge or from the proposed fiber or from the center of the road, I just use the Google, and I believe that this sharp edge is the fence line, like this. Might be, might not be, it's hard to tell. Sometimes the wall, if in the survey the fence line continue, you just need to have a look in the Google map. Street view could tell you how far it looks like to be from the road edge, or you just need to use your imagination if the dimension is not here. So for our purpose, we have drawn the fence line, let's say till here. So this is our circle. Obviously, if I just quickly draw this piece of drawing, the line, I'm not switching the layers now, so just for the quick arrangement. And again, I do offset 8 feet for the proposed fiber. Yeah. Then I just break, because the fiber will go straight through the driveways, right? So I just delete this and just create straight polyline, match the properties and join the lines, Command J. Yeah. So now I have the location of the PED would be probably here. So again, going to my survey, yeah, it came out here, doesn't really matter. I just copy it and go to my excuse me, and go to my drawing and put it here, right? So this is how I continue across all the drawing. I just make sure that everything what's in the survey is drawn in the CAD file. So road edges, proposed fiber, existing handholds, proposed handholds, fences, existing PEDs, all existing driveways, fence line. If you have bore, don't forget to do the dash line. Existing PEDs, other existing features, the proposed handholds. Yeah. So if I continued like this, I will complete my drawing. Yeah. So we ended here with the template one. So then I would continue until I go to the end and to the existing location and proposed handhold. So next part is I use these frames. The big frame, this one, represents the scale of 1 to 1000 feet in the drawing, which we use for the general area with not so many details needed and stuff like that. Then we have smaller one. This one is the scale of your layout of your sheet, 1 to 200 feet. So in general, we use 1 to 200 for the start location, 1 to 200 for the end location, and in between we add these 1 to 1000 sheets. If you feel that there is some detail which would be nice to bring up to show, for example, you would have some side here with proposed handhole or changes to aerial fiber or stuff like that, you would probably consider to show another page with 1 to 200 scale. Sometimes it happens that the fiber continues, for example, uh, from this handhole it would go down or and right and up or whatever. So then I would do the 1 to 200 as well to show that the fiber changes directions. So this is basically complete work in the CAD file. Let's say this side, this work would take me, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours maximum. Once completed, we start to produce our sheets. So first sheet, sorry, one more thing. Once I create these frames in my overall drawing, I just take them and not the photos, the frames. I just take them and copy them to my general overview map, roughly, double check that everything seems to be all right, and then match properties of these red frames. So I have the general view done. We go to the layouts. So here is a viewport. You know how to scale to you need to scale it to show all what you need. So for in this case, scale 1 to 400 was fine. 1 to 4000. Don't forget to change it. You insert your photos, which you resized to format 4:3, same as, for example, Glenline drawings. So you resize, you trim the drawing, crop the pictures. I usually crop it so I don't show the Google logo, the scale, north sign, whatever. Yeah. We show start location, end location. You change the name based on whatever. If it's a existing handhole, this number. If it's existing PED, what number? Proposed handhole, what number? If there is no handhole, I just use proposed handhole at road COP. In this case, for example, here we have the endpoint is at the RT 27536 County Road P, and I put the sheet numbers: sheet 1, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5, sheet 6. Next, I put the starting coordinates from the survey, make sure north sign is correct. Put the required permits, which you either will get in the email or you will have them in the survey report. I change, then you need to amend all the project IDs, field engineer his phone number to match your drawing. So how I do that is simply I do just find, put there the ID what's in the drawing now, 237134, and put there your ID. So I just use N111111, yeah, and I just do replace all. So that's how you make sure, again, explained many times with Glenline drawings, that's how you make sure that it will be changed in every sheet in every sheet, every page, everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Then same I do with the field engineer and his phone number. Now, if you click on the block and use command BED, block edit, you get inside the block and you can edit the revision. So don't forget to put your initials, the field engineer initials, who will be checking the drawing. First issue revision, no date, same as any other drawings we're working on. Yep, that changes. So with this, I have completed the first page. Now I move to the second page. So in second page, I zoom in to the 1 to 200, get a start point. What I need to change is remarks here, which is basically the description of the fiber line. So our fiber line goes from handhold 310080 at highway 145 to RT, whatever. Short description just to fit in this box, right? So you need to make this one up. Again, if you double click, you can amend whatever is in the block. So you can amend the sheet number would be 02. You can put whatever sheet is yours. And here is the remark. Again, to make sure that you change it everywhere, I just select everything, go to find, paste, and so this is what's going to be find. That's this line. And I just change it to Fiberline from template 1 to template 2, replace all, and as you can see, it's replaced on every page. Now, just make sure, even though you do this, make sure you still check it on every page when you will check the sheet number, the scale, the revision, whatever you're checking, north sign, make sure that you check everything on every sheet. At these pages, I also put the GPS start coordinates on the first page. On the last page, I put GPS end coordinates. No need to put coordinates to any sheets in between unless it's really some important point. Then I would do that. So what we label here. Now we go to the labels. So as we are used to, all the labels, all the dimensions are in the paper space. So you label roads, you label center line as CL, you label right RW as right of way, you label fence line, you label your existing handhold start 0.00, handhold 310080. It is stated in the survey that there is 50 feet loop of fiber held in the handhold. Even if it's not stated in the drawing, in the survey report, it's going to be there. So for every handhold where the fiber goes through, we put 50 meter loop. So that's this one. Then we have the labels for proposed fiber, which would be buried, and fiber markers. We label the bore, we label start of the bore, end of the bore. Number 1 is the node, and we label the proposed fiber. We label the sheet number. See sheet 3, so we are on sheet 2. Next sheet will be sheet 3. Proposed fiber type, you see in your survey report, it's here. So BFO, BF, buried fiber 048. These are the strings in the fiber. So the dead ones are 1 to 30. LG1 is which we will be using for this project, and then are another deads. Just copy it. If you don't really need to know what everything means, just write it exactly as it's in the drawing. Last thing you need to create are these nodes. So basically, node uh, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the same for all the drawings, all the buried fibers. So you need to amend the node 1. So if you look at your drawing, the endpoint is 3725. That means that I just rounded up. So we are placing 3,800 of the 800 feet of the fiber. So place 3,800 feet of 2 inner duct and a fiber from existing CTL, that's the client, central link, CTL handhole, this one 310080 at highway 145 to proposed 3048 handhole. 3048 is the type of handhole at RT27536 country road P. Yeah, so you just need to basically create one sentence describing the work what you're doing. Once you're done, you do the dimensions. Center line to right of way, center line to right of way, the road width and the distance of the fiber from the road edge. Again, proposed features red, existing features black. You have all the layers here, dimensions proposed, dimensions existing. It's really we are using few layers. If you put correctly the photos in the layer pictures or images, it won't show in your layouts. If I put it wrong to layer 0, it will look like this, which is wrong. Okay, so make sure that from the start use the correct layering, because all the drawing is kind of created and will make it easier if you use the correct layering. Now we go to the second page, sheet 3. Again, check that everything is correct in your title block, sheet 3, scale, and again you create C sheet 2. You can see here the sheets. It's in the def point, so it won't print, but it can help you to place the sheet correctly and to place the C sheet nodes correctly, right? So C sheet 2 for the previous one, C sheet 4 for the next one. Again, you can copy the node, it's going to be same. You can copy the fiber type, it's going to be same for all drawing, and you do all the labels and dimensions. So in every page, you should have 3 dimensions at least of existing stuff, 1 of the proposed stuff, and the markers of the fiber, proposed fiber driveway. Just make some checklist, whatever needs to be on every page, and that's what you need to show. That's our PED, which we showed, which we draw in the drawing. So it's 7 plus 89, PED 061950, and we can even see it here. So that's how I continue until the very end, creating all the pages. It really doesn't take very long if you use the proper layers and stuff. Last page, same thing. Proposed handhole, if the feature is proposed, even the label is in text proposed, text existing. Yeah. Loop, don't forget the loop. Don't forget all the labels. Now we go to the last sheet, and don't forget the end coordinates. Yeah. Now the last sheet is a general one, which will be same for every drawing. Only thing you will need to change is sheet number and the material order. So material order, you just select type of fiber or area of type of item, basically. So your fiber is buried 048. Everything will change automatically. The code type and material code will change automatically. So your fiber is 48, and your length would be the overall length, which we said it's 3,800 plus all the loops. So as I can remember, there are 2 loops of 50 feet fiber. So that means the overall length of fiber is 3,900 feet. The conduit is the pipe. So the pipe is only going from handhole to handhole without the loops. So that's your total length. So it's going to be 3,800. And we're adding one handhole. So we're just adding one handhole. Last thing to do is block edit, BED, and change here the total sheet numbers. Yeah, so you don't need to change it on every sheet. So that's it. As usual, zoom extends on pages, zoom extend on all your model space, purge, purge, out, purge, doesn't matter. Purge and audit. Yep, and save the drawing PDF. We always try to show as much possible of the fiber on one sheet. So if your fiber line wouldn't be horizontal but vertical, say like this, so you will have this fiber line. So this is going to be the fiber line. In that case, you want to show the sheets as a portrait, not a landscape. So you just would have something like this, right? Maybe this. Yeah. So what you do is the drawing, if you use the template drawing, it already remembers. So you go to, I just create a new sheet. Yeah, so I create a new sheet. I just move all the labels, keep only the viewport, move it somewhere else so it doesn't disturb me, then I will edit. So if you go to the model space, you unlock the model space, you can zoom out, doesn't matter. You zoom out and you do plan, UCS, and you enter north, the drawing will rotate. It's already set up, right? So now you will have, see, this is our project which we actually had horizontally, it rotated vertical. So basically all the model space rotates 90 degrees. So you will have nicely the landscape page rotated to the portrait page. So if I do zoom 1 to 1000 XP, so again, you maximize the usage of the space. What you need to do is, as you can see here, X, Y, so Y is north. So as Y is north, you need to rotate the north sign. So you need to rotate the north sign 90. Yeah, so the north faces doesn't face up in the drawing, but actually left in the drawing, right? That's the only thing what could be. And then again, you label everything you need. So you label the, we always try to really keep the labels nicely. You can take your time and label everything properly. Once you do it, you do PDF, and your end result would look like this. So you do PDF. Yep. That's how the final PDF should do. Again, you should check every page for this label, the general notes, sheet labels, So let's go to this page, make it so she labels 2 or 1 in the end and start page. All the features labeled, right of way labeled, center line labeled, right of way labeled, fence line labeled, buried fiber labeled, 3 existing dimensions and minimum, one proposed dimensions at minimum, label of the fiber, node 1, and all these nodes. Correct remarks, correct site IDs, correct scale, correct page number, correct engineer, and correct phone number. This is what you check on every page. And once you're happy, and once your drawing looks like this, as you can see, you can see here that 1 to 200 box, which we have in the model space as it was in the def points layer, and that layer is not printing. Last page, general, make sure that this picture is there. Make sure your material order is correct. Once you're happy with the PDF, you can just create e-transmittal. Save the drawing, and you just create e-transmittal package drawing. You just name it your file, and that's it. Save. It's going to create a zip file, and then you will have your zip and your PDF, and that's what you're gonna email to me. If your file is too big, just upload it somewhere and send me the link to download. I will review this and I will send it to some more amendments. I think this covers everything what needs to be done. If you have some questions for the specific site, specific location, or whatever, you can always let me know, or you can do your best to find out yourself. Okay, thank you very much. I hope that this covers everything what you need to know about this project.